Now at 6, why some area kids are putting on their hard hats to build toward their future. Plus, some Special Olympics kids tied up their bowling shoes and had some fun in Pittsburgh. And the Carthage School District hires 30 new teachers. We'll hear from 2 of them who are familiar with each other and with the district.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is a big day for Missouri Southern. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. The school is celebrating the 20th anniversary of its university status. Missouri Southern was formerly known as Missouri Southern State College. On July 12th of 2003, Missouri Governor Bob Holden signed a bill on the Missouri Southern campus that elevated the status of the institution from college to university. Former governor was today's guest of honor. Not only did the bill change Southern status, it also allowed the university to offer graduate programs.
I think all of us today who are part of Missouri Southern feel that history, realizing that the history is rich. Joplin Junior College, founded in 1937, the move to the Mission Hills Estate campus in the 60s, and certainly in 2003, that Senate Bill 55 was important to our university, naming us a university.
Over the past 2 decades, Missouri Southern added various graduate degrees in fields including business, education, and justice studies. Most recently, new graduate degrees in healthcare administration and data analytics were added. Possibility of some storms ahead. Let's check in with meteorologist Sam Lane.
That's right, Dow. We do have the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms developing later on tonight. We're already seeing some severe weather up in central Missouri, and we're starting to get in development now just east of Chanute, and we're going to, of course, keep an eye on that very closely. As we go through the overnight hours, we're going to see showers and thunderstorms developing and moving across our area around 74 by tomorrow morning. Your UV index tomorrow is going to be a little bit better, but still pretty high. In fact, very high, 10, which means about 15 to 20 minutes before you start to burn out there, so take precautions. Looking down the lane, we have severe thunderstorms tonight, followed by some scattered storms on Thursday. A slightly cooler weekend, but don't worry, if you like the heat, it's going to be coming back as well. And of course, we'll have all the details on that in just a little while.
All right, we'll see you then. Continuing our series on how local school districts are getting ready for the upcoming semester, in Carthage, about 30 new teachers will join the district for the fall. That's fewer than half of the total number of new educators hired last year. KOAM's Fernandez Silva has that story.
After 18 years away from the classroom as a full-time biology teacher, Celeste Champagne will be back at Carthage High School to teach in the fall, this time surrounded by familiar faces.
I'm starting with one of my students this year and one of my best friends, and so it's just kind of a full circle moment to come back to Carthage. And to start over but pick up where you left off.
Jessica DeCan was one of Celeste's students when Champagne was pregnant with her first kid. After graduating high school in Carthage, Jessica kept in touch with the district as her kids attend schools there.
I've gotten to see it on the parent side, and now I'll get to see it on the teacher side, and kind of see those commingling and have that opportunity to build relationships with parents like my kids' teachers were able to build relationships with me.
Celeste, Jessica, and other Carthage schools' new hires already went through a teacher orientation. They still have more training before classes start on August 21st. While most teaching positions are already filled, Carthage schools are still looking for new employees for the upcoming semester. Bus drivers, substitute custodians, and nurses and other positions are open to start in fall 2023.
Most of our positions just require a high school diploma. A couple of our in-classroom positions do require 60 college credits or something similar to that. But there are opportunities for us to help train people and get them to where they need to be to join us.
In Carthage, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
The Carthage School District is organizing a hiring fair. That event's going to be 2 weeks from today, July 26th. You can find the information about it on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Some kids in southeast Kansas are building their future. Pitt State today hosted their Construct Your Future program for area youth to learn and enjoy. Organizers say the program consists of 2 levels. One level kicked off this morning for children ages 9 to 14. That included activities such as bridge building, problem solving, and GPS usage.
Today our focus is on bridges, and so we started with some paper bridges and they're doing digital bridges in the background. They're trying to make a bridge that'll carry a truck for the lowest cost, and the software we use analyzes the bridge, and if it's too weak, the truck crashes. Of course, they love that part. And then when we get down here, we're going to drop downstairs, and we're doing popsicle stick bridges. So today's all about bridges.
Level 2 begins on Monday. That'll include building walls, pouring concrete, and constructing a doghouse. Mercy Hospital expanded their outreach in southeast Kansas, and today they're preparing for the opening of new clinics in Pittsburgh. The healthcare provider celebrated by blessing the clinics. They're at 2305 Tucker Terrace and 1015 Mount Carmel Place. Doctors Jacqueline Orender and Holly Cranston will lead the new clinics. Mercy acquired the clinics in May. There's some new faces at the Jasper-Newton County Salvation Army. They announced new leaders in Captains Bill and Deb Middendorp. They're not from the area, but they have 6 years of experience in homeless street outreach in Chicago and in South Dakota.
So we want to join in and be a part of that. As far as new things, you know, we just arrived a few weeks, so give us a little time to observe the community and get to know the community, and I'm sure God will lead us to some new things as well.
The Middendorp say they're excited to join the existing teams of dedicated employees and volunteers. It was competition in Pittsburgh's Holiday Lane. Special Olympics Kansas hosted an event today at the bowling alley. It was open to the public, but it gave those with special needs the opportunity to get together and have some fun knocking down some pins. More than 200 people came out to bowl, socialize, and make memories. Coming up, a family member speaks out about a water tragedy in Oklahoma. Plus, Missouri Southern baseball standout makes waves in a summer league. We'll explain in sports. In Oklahoma City, a grandmother is remembering her grandson who drowned at Lake Overholser Monday. 11-year-old Elijah and his friends were at the lake celebrating his birthday when he and another boy were swept away. Sarah Smith has more.
A family coping with the devastation
He was a lot of joy.
of losing 11-year-old Elijah.
He would give me a hug 1 minute, and then about 10 minutes later, he'd come back and he'll say, "Hi, Grandma," and he'd give me a hug. And I said, "Boy, I just seen you. I just gave you a hug."
Elijah and 3 of his friends were fishing on Lake Overholser Monday, his grandmother says, celebrating his 11th birthday. Firefighters say the boys all jump in, but the water sweeps away Elijah and another boy.
When they said Lake Overholser, I'm trying to place in my mind, well, how would you drown in Lake Overholser? Where was everybody at?
Firefighters recovered the bodies overnight.
Praying, include my mom, that they would be just lost in the woods somewhere.
Elijah's family needs help with funeral costs.
If there's anyone that has compassion and be led to help, we really would appreciate it.
Elijah, a young boy family says, so full of life, gone too soon.
He was a great little guy. He was.
The other drowning victim was just 10 years old. A little later, we're going to tell you about a KOAM initiative to give back to area first responders.
And we're watching and tracking storms developing on radar. We'll have the complete forecast, including a look at the weekend when we come back. Well, friends, we were talking about today being extremely hot, and it sure was. We had temperatures well over 100 degrees. But let's start out this morning at Seneca, Missouri, the Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. And as we put this into motion, you can see mostly fair skies all day long. Just a cloud here or there as we headed into the afternoon hours. Just a few cumulus out there. And now we're looking at a beautiful sunset shaping up across the area. We made it up to 102 in Joplin today, which was actually the second time we've done that this year so far. 71 was the morning low, so of course we were way above the normals of 90 and 70, and of course we're way behind on the rainfall, yet still about 10 inches. We do have some storms on radar, but they're off towards the north and west, and also up to the north and east where some severe weather is going on near Columbia. We're waiting for this activity to get a little bit closer to us, and when it does, thunderstorms are expected to explode up towards our north and become severe and then roll our direction, zooming in on what appears to be a little bit of a shower or trying to develop into something, now moving over towards Girard, but that is about it right now. Instead, we're dealing with the heat still in effect, a heat advisory in effect for southeastern Kansas until 9 o'clock, excessive heat warning for Ottawa, Craig, and Nowata counties until 8, and then, of course, heat advisory for northwest Arkansas till 8 and southwestern Missouri for another hour or so. Temperatures right now are 100 or more in many locations. Check out Stockton, 103, 100 in Nevada, 101 in Lamar, a little bit cooler in Jay where they're 96 and 95 down in Bella Vista. But when you factor in the dew point, different story. Feels like 118 in Grove, 119 in Nowata and Veneta right now, just oppressively hot right now. And then we're looking at temperatures feeling a little bit better tomorrow, but still in the 110 plus range. So wouldn't be surprised to see those heat advisories issued yet again for tomorrow. Finally, by Friday, we're going to get a little bit of a relief with temperatures feeling like in the 90s and also hopefully some rain chances. Speaking of which, pretty high chance of that tonight. And then as we go through the day tomorrow, decreasing just a little bit, but at least we'll keep the rain chances going. Severe weather risk is going to be in effect for our area from basically Miami northward. The best chance of severe weather will be up towards the north. The main risk will be large hail and damaging winds. But the good news is, with those thunderstorms, we're expecting a pretty good chance of rain across the area. Some places could pick up several inches, so we have to be concerned about the possibility of flash floods. And the European model is a little bit more aggressive with the heavier rain further to the south. But the good news is everyone should get at least a little something, and that will certainly help. You can see on the forecast for this evening, thunderstorms exploding up to the north, and then they will sail to the south, moving through our area overnight. And then as we go into the morning hours, scattered showers still around with lows in the 70s. Then tomorrow, redevelopment of storms, especially down to the south. And then as we head through Thursday night into Friday morning, another round of storms rolling through. And then Friday afternoon, yet another round of storms possible as we go into the forecast for the weekend. Scattered showers and storms will start to end with lows in the 70s. And then look at this, as we head towards the weekend, a little bit cooler and also some storms possible on Monday and Tuesday. But then we go back into the heat box next week.
Oh boy, multiple storm chances over the coming days. Let's hope we get plenty of
just what
rain.
we need.
You bet. Thanks, Sam. Hey, reminder, KOAM and Fox 14 tomorrow is going to host a telethon to raise money for Hero Fund USA. Hero Fund was founded in 2016 in Blue Springs, Missouri. Its mission is to provide funding for first responders' safety equipment and resources, including bulletproof vests, firefighting equipment, and water rescue equipment. That telethon is going to go virtually all day, starting at 6 a.m. through 6:30 p.m.
Really eye-opening experience. Most of the time, departments get their funding through grants and other government forms, but to have a private company that's out there helping the smaller departments get those funds that they desperately need is outstanding. In Pittsburgh, we are very fortunate to have community support and to be able to run fully funded.
Again, that telethon is going to run from 6 a.m. through 6:30 p.m. You're going to be able to donate through the Hero Fund website by calling or texting, or of course in person. First of three fairs kicks off in Montgomery County today. This morning, 4-H members and other youth checked in their rabbits at the Cherryvale Youth Fair. The youth fair has participants from as many as 6 countries, or counties rather, and will feature up to 150 exhibits. The rabbit show began at 9 a.m. Poultry check-in is this afternoon, with the show starting at 6 p.m. John Dales joins us now. Pitt State and some fans have something big to look forward to.
Yeah, they certainly do. Football season right around the corners. The Gorillas announced their opponents for each of 2023's games. And a Missouri Southern baseball player is making a name for himself in one of the best collegiate summer leagues in the country. Those stories and more after the break. Every year, collegiate baseball players go all across the country to play in summer leagues and stay sharp for the school season. Now, one of the best leagues in the country is up in New England, and the Missouri Southern seniors having quite the season there. Garrett Rice is spending his summer competing for the Swamp Bats in Keene, New Hampshire, and is the 2-time running Bat of the Week, according to the team's Twitter page. And in the New England League, Rice is primarily competing with upper level D1 talent in the 13-team league that spans across 5 states. And Rice has received these honors after batting .500 in the preceding week. That includes 3 multi-hit games and an on-base percentage just below .600. The week prior, he came up in the clutch with a go-ahead home run in the 7th inning to help Keene get a 1-run victory, and Rice was a second-team All-MIA player with the Lions this spring. Back here in the 4 states, Summer League action heating up as well. The Outlaws just refused to lose at home. Now, last night, Joplin entered the bottom of the 9th, trailing Jeff City by 2, but scored 3 to walk it off for their 7th consecutive victory over at Joe Brecker Stadium. Tonight, the Outlaws try to do it again. A little bit of a tougher opponent, though. They host the Clarinda A's from the North Division, who steamrolled Nevada last night and have beaten the Outlaws handedly in the 2 prior meetings. We'll let you know how tonight goes. Highlights from that game at 10. Fellow Mink League team from the 4 states, the Griffins, also in action tonight as well. They're on the road at Sedalia. Nevada trying to snap a 3-game losing skid, and as always, we'll let you know how that game shapes out as well. And in case you're curious on how the standings in the Mink League look with a week and a half to go before the playoffs, here you have it. As you can see, the Outlaws built a decent lead for themselves, first place down in the South Division, but take a look at that difference between the 2 divisions. 3 teams in the North, all with the winning record, and none in the South as of right now. But with each day passing, we get closer and closer to football season. Pitt State fans get a little glimpse of the light at the end of the tunnel because today they have a full 2023 Gorillas football schedule. The Gorillas begin with 2 Thursday night games at home, or 1 at home, then 1 on the road in week 2. A lot of people have that October 14th game against Missouri Southern circled on the schedule. Pitt State's homecoming is on October 28th against Sioux Falls from South Dakota. The D2 playoffs begin on November 18th, and every PSU home game will be played at 2 p.m., with the exception of the season opener, which is at 7. More Pitt State news, this coming on the volleyball court. Pitt State Volleyball announces the addition of Finley Sims to join the Gorillas in 2023. She's a setter, stands at 5'10", and comes to Pitt as a grad transfer from Minnesota State Mankato. Head coach Jen Gomez says Finley will fit right in with the Gorillas as they begin their 2023 campaign in September. And I know it's hard to believe, but fall sports right around the corner.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We all are.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to look at the latest inflation report and the grocery store items that are still going to be hurting your wallet. Plus, the director of the FBI answers questions from Congress about allegedly politicizing the agency. And the TSA says the number of guns being found at airport checkpoints is going up. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We are hoping we're going to get some rain tonight, at least for many of us, possibly some severe weather.
Yeah, unfortunately, the severe weather is the bad part of that, but we desperately need the rainfall, and it looks like that's a pretty good chance tonight. Possible alert day tomorrow as well because of the heat and humidity. Then we cool off just a little bit as we head towards the weekend, but then next week the heat comes back with a vengeance with temperatures approaching 100 degrees and a dry spell shaping up, so we'll have to wait for that.
Quick sports note.
Big game for the Outlaws tonight. They're all big, but real tough opponent in Clarinda.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.